Hey, what's up guys? Ryan here, back with McKinstry Fitness. Thanks for tuning in. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel, and if you could, like this video, I really appreciate it. So today we're back talking about weight loss, more of the nutrition side of the weight loss, how to eat, how much to eat, what to do to actually make sure you lose weight, versus gain weight or maintain your weight. So we'll go through all that a little bit today. And then our next video will probably be more about the weight gain or muscle gain if you're looking to do that, depending on your preferences. So the first thing you have to do, whether you're looking to gain weight, lose weight, or maintain weight, is find how many calories you need to eat in a day. And to find that, there's a formula. There's also plenty of calculators out in Google. If you just type in, how many calories do I need in a day, it'll be based on your body weight, your age, your height, your gender, and how many times a week you're working out. If you're looking to lose weight, which we're talking about today, the main concept is you have to eat less than you put out. So, for example, if you have someone who needs to maintain or needs to eat 3,000 calories a day in order to maintain their body weight, and they're looking to lose some weight, now 1 pound of fat is about 3,500 calories. So if you want to lose 1 pound a week of fat, you want to eat in a deficit of about 500 calories. I would say if you're just starting out, maybe go around 250, lose a half a pound a week, and then work your way up. But for this sake, we'll say a pound a week. So if you need to eat about 3,000 calories to maintain your weight, and you want to lose a pound a week, you got to eat about 500 calories less. So that brings you to about 2,500 calories in a day. So now, your main thing is, don't want to ever go, and I would suggest not to ever go below 2,000, and even 2,500 is pretty low for a lot of people, but definitely don't want to drop below 2,000, because the main thing is also you want to make sure your metabolism is regulated. And if you're eating anything less than 2,000 calories, your body's more or less going to go into like a starvation mode, and if you're working out, anything you do eat is going to try to store as fat. And if you're trying to lose fat, that's obviously not optimal way of doing it. So definitely I would say 2,500 is alright. Don't go below 2,000. So the next thing you need to do after you find how many calories per day you need to eat is you need to break down your macronutrients. So your carbs, your fats, your proteins. And in my last video about nutrition, I gave you the percentages of all those. To recap, you want to have about 20% fats, about 30 to 35% of your proteins, and about 50 to 60% of your calories coming from carbs. So after you find out your macros, the most important thing to do is actually make sure you hit them. So get all your protein, get all your carbs, get all your fats. Now I say carbs and fats, and sometimes when you say that to someone who's trying to lose weight, a red flag goes up and they think, oh, I don't want to eat fats, I'll gain too much fat. Or I don't want to eat too many carbs, I'll still gain weight. It's not necessarily true. So carbs and fats are a fuel source from your body to use when you're working out or doing anything. So they switch back and forth as your fuel sources in your body. Carbs are your primary fuel source. So without carbs, you will have a lot of foggy thinking. You wouldn't be able to do high intensity things, like a high intensity workout or a HIIT workout, or even lift, simple weights. Without fats, now your body's mainly relying on your carbohydrates, and everything you don't use is now going to be stored as fat. So you don't want to store fat. Our body naturally stores fat on its own. We don't need to add to that. So when you eat carbs, your carbs go in, they get digested, they go into the bloodstream as glucose. Then you store that as glucagon in the liver. When it gets stored, it stores it as one form, and that one form is fat. So we don't need to eat more fat on top of the fat that we're already storing. So now it's important to eat your fat because you want to eat your healthy fats. Of course, stay away from your trans fats, eat your healthy fats. So your healthy fats will come from foods like nuts, almonds, avocados, fish, and meats. Those are the good fats you want to make sure you're eating. They also help you dissolve vitamins. Certain vitamins are fat-soluble vitamins. So if you're eating your good fats, make sure you get your vitamins, all will be well. Now if you're eating your bad fats, that's where the issues come in hand. Your trans fats, butters and stuff like that. That's where you're going to see the weight gain or the fat, holding on to the fat in your body. And that's what we don't want to do. So we're talking about eating carbs and fats. And I said carbs essentially get stored as fat, and you don't want to add on top of that. But also fat is a defense line of mechanism for your organs in your body. So everybody needs to have some type of fat on them. And your body needs to be able to switch between the primary sources of energy, which are carbs and fats, when it needs to do so. So if your body says, if you're doing a high intensity workout and your body's going to say, all right, we need to use carbs as our fuel here, or our stored glucose as our fuel here, then it can do that. If it switches and you're doing a little lower intensity, a little longer duration, let's say you're running a marathon or something like that, your body's going to want to burn fat. So now when it switches, it has the fat to burn. If you have no fat to burn, your body's going to get confused, you're unregulated, things are not going to go well for you. You're actually probably going to end up more storing fat than burning it. Another thing people do when they're trying to lose weight is just stop eating almost altogether. And like I mentioned in the beginning, going less than 2,000, you don't want to not eat. And you also don't want to go on these diets that hold you to restrictions. What you want to do is exactly what we've been talking about. Find a healthy way to eat, find your healthy foods to eat, how much you need to eat, and what you have to do outside of eating to lose your fat or lose your weight that you're trying to lose. So when you try to lose weight by not eating, you're actually doing a lot more harm. So when you don't eat as much as you should, as regular as you should to regulate your body, whatever you do eat, your body's going to think, wow, we really need to save this for energy for later in case we need it, because we're not getting all the nutrients we need. Your body also won't be able to get all your vitamins and minerals that you need and digest them in a way that you need to. So you definitely want to make sure the most important thing is you eat. Just eat regular and eat healthy. Your healthy foods, your healthy fats, healthy carbs. Your healthy carbs are, look at your potatoes, your sweet potatoes, your brown rice, your meats, have little carbs in them, and all that stuff. Look away from the candy and the chips and all that stuff. Look at your avocados for good fats, guacamole for good fats. The most important thing you can do is be consistent with your nutrition. Don't try it for a week or try it for 2 months and say, I'm not getting anywhere with this. Maybe your first step was to regulate your metabolism. Maybe you weren't getting enough before. So now your body regulates your metabolism. Now it can take the next step into learning how to burn the fat or burn anything, calories, just to lose your weight. So I don't want to get into the working out portion too much, but just a little tidbit here on the workouts to do to help you burn fat or lose some weight. So the best thing to do is strength training or resistance training with weights. Get in the gym, lift some weights, get a solidified workout program, either from a professional, even if you look one up online, there's plenty of options out there. So make sure you're strength training. The reason for that is because then you can build muscle. When you build muscle, muscle helps you burn fat at rest. So your body's working hard to keep that muscle, therefore it's working hard to burn more calories, and it's going to burn fat. Or, in any case, it doesn't matter what you're burning, it's just the fact that you're burning calories because you have that muscle, as long as you're not burning the muscle. Which then goes back to making sure you hit your protein goals, your carb goals, and your fat goals. Another thing to do is high intensity interval training. You can do 20 minutes, you can do an hour, keep it short-ish. Make sure you get your good time in there. The reason with that is there's a lot of studies that show you'll burn calories during. Now I say 20 minutes, you can burn fats, you can burn carbs. It's just you're burning calories. There's been studies that show up to 24 hours later, your body continues to burn specifically fats, which is very good. So that's a good form of training. And you could always interchange them too. You could do strength training 3 days a week, HIIT training 2 to 3 days a week, on every other day, rotate. Another thing you can do is cardio. Running, walking, biking. The thing to keep in mind with cardio, steady state cardio, is that you're burning only calories within that time period. It's not specific to fats or carbs. It'll change as long as you're eating right. It'll change the fuel sources that your body needs to, depending on how long you're going, how hard your intensity is that you're going. But the main thing is, if you're going for a run and you only go for a run for 20 minutes, you're only burning calories for that 20 minutes. Now when you go back home, even if you're eating right, your body's not working to burn the calories or to burn the fat specifically after you're done, like it is in HIIT training or strength training. So to recap, losing weight. If you want to lose weight, you have to eat less calories than you're putting in. First step, find how many calories a day you need to eat to maintain your body weight that you're already at. An example is someone who needs to eat 3,000 calories a day to maintain their body weight. If you want to lose 1 pound a week of fat, you need to eat in a calorie deficit of about 500 calories a day, because 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat. At that point, you'll be eating about 2,500 calories per day, assuming you get 20% fats, about 30-35% proteins, and about 50 to 60% of your carbs. Now, with eating healthy, you have to be consistent. Don't try it for a week, don't try it for a month and give up. Be consistent, make it a lifestyle. With your fats and your carbs, make sure you're getting healthy versions of those two. Make sure you're getting your fats from avocados, nuts, fish, meats, eggs. Make sure you're getting your carbs from whole wheats, brown rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and get your protein from, most of your protein will come from your meats, your eggs, or protein powders. Whey protein is, I think, the best way to go. If you're looking to burn fat, eating fats are your friend. The right amount of fats and the right fats for you. As are carbs, your primary source of fuel in your body. Make sure you get your carbs. Make sure you are consistent, okay? Make sure you are either strength training, HIIT training, or doing steady state cardio. The best one, my recommendation, would be strength training. And then the next best would be HIIT training, because even HIIT training, even if you keep it to 20 minutes, studies have shown that your body will continue to burn fat or calories up to the next 24 hours. Steady state cardio will be last if you're just adding in there for, a day or two during the week. Just remember, with steady state cardio, you're going to burn calories only in that time period. If you're running for 20 minutes, burning calories for 20 minutes. You can burn carbs, you can burn fats. It depends on how you regulate your metabolism, which depends on if you're hitting your macronutrients and getting your fats, your carbs, and your proteins. I appreciate you guys watching. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video for more, and please leave in the comments any other questions you may have. You can email me at mckinstryfitness@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram at mckinstryfitness and Facebook at mckinstryfitness also. Thanks guys, and I look forward to hearing from you and doing some more videos. Have a great day.